Installation of a low-cost drip irrigation system will ensure uniform watering and growth, and in the end, a healthier crop. There are many benefits to installing a drip irrigation system. The exact amount of water needed by the plants can be applied. Because the water is applied precisely, it is also conserved. Watering is done all at once and in a timely manner. Plants grow uniformly as they receive similar amounts of water and nutrients. Fertilizers and other chemicals are applied directly to the root system. Tools used in drip irrigation include a fresh water supply. In areas without streams and rivers, or when water is scarce during the dry season, a water tank is essential. A drip hose, which is also called manifold pipe. A drip line. A pump. A gravel filter, which is used to filter out the silt and impurities in the water. A screen filter, which is used when the water source is of good quality from wells or springs. Or it may be used as a secondary filter to the gravel filter when the water is very dirty. Valves, which are used to control water pressure, as well as the water direction. They are especially important in the maintenance of drip irrigation systems that use water from a natural source, because in changing the direction of the water, the filtration system is washed out in a procedure called backwash. A fertilization tank. Fertilizers and other chemicals may be applied through a drip system using a tank such as this. A Venturi pump. Venturi pumps can be used to inject agrochemicals into the drip irrigation system. Venturi pumps create a vacuum, which draws the agrochemical mixture into the drip system. The advantage of these pumps is that they need no external energy supply. Their main disadvantages are cost and the inability to pump large volumes. A hacksaw. Wrenches. Glue. Tape. A borer or puncher. An inserter. Head connectors. A pressure gauge. These drip systems are called pressurized systems because they are designed to work at specific pressure ranges. It is important to use a pressure gauge so that the system's pressure can be monitored. Air valves. Because this is a pressurized system, it has to be a closed circuit. Anything inside the pipes can alter the efficiency of the system considerably. One of the most common problems is air bubbles, and the best way to avoid them is by using air valves, which are usually placed on the higher spots of the irrigation system. Step 1 is calculating the amount of drip lines needed. When calculating the amount of drip lines, you must first determine the area of the plot. As we learned before, that is done by multiplying length times width. Again, our plot is 80 meters by 50 meters. So the area of our plot is 4,000 square meters. Now you must divide the area by the width between beds. As we learned in the plantlets section, Fintrac recommends a distance of 1.5 meters between the center of each bed. So 4,000 square meters divided by 1.5 meters equals 2,667 meters. If more than one drip line is needed per bed, the total calculated length of single drip line needs to be multiplied by the number of drip lines required per bed. Step 2 is designing the system. Once the amount of drip lines has been calculated, the system can be designed. This diagram represents a system for an acre of land, which is on flat ground. If the topography of the plot is irregular, it is wise to contact a professional for both the design and installation. The layout should always be designed with expansion in mind. Step 3 is laying down the manifold pipe. The manifold pipe is very cumbersome to work with. Many field hands should be working to lay down the pipes so that they stretch across the land. Step 4 is installing the drip line. To install, one person must walk down the field with the line, while another releases it slowly. This way, kinks are avoided, and the line is accurately laid out. Step 5 is making holes in the line. Holes are inserted into the manifold using a borer. Step 6 is inserting the connectors. An inserter is used to insert the head connectors, which will then attach into the drip line. This step should be repeated until all of the drip lines are connected into the manifold pipe. The filtration system must be cleaned regularly. This process is called backwash. Water is run backwards through the filter so that the silt and impurities are forced out the way they came in. The resulting spray should be directed to an area without crops and away from the water source. Things to remember. Before installing, check your water to determine quality. It could contain minerals, salt, and even some microorganisms, such as algae and fungi. This will help determine the type of filtration system to use. If the plot is less than 10 acres and relatively flat, a drip irrigation design such as the one shown can be suitable to use. However, if the plot is uneven in topography or larger than 10 acres, it is best to seek professional help for both the design and installation. When designing the drip system, always keep in mind the possibilities of expansion. And implement a maintenance program so that the system is kept clean and functional. Remember that drip lines are the most expensive part of your system.